right, welcome back to 757 Saturday Sports Talk, powered by Cova Sports TV. And we now have a special guest with us. You saw Fact or Fiction with the coach Ed Young. I am Matthew Hatfield. It is Father's Day weekend, and we have our special traditional Fact or Fiction segment where we do trivia, sports-related, various topics in the realm of sports. And here with us is my own father, class of 77, James Madison University alum, Michael S. Hatfield, otherwise known as DJ Hat TV. How are you, Pops?
Good morning, gentlemen.
Well, thank you for coming on to try to defend your belt. You've beaten Ed now, is it 8 consecutive times or 9? I've lost track.
I imagine 7 or 8.
Okay, very good. Good to know. Ed, are you ready to get whooped again?
Good morning, Mr. Hatfield and the nut job Hatfield. That's the younger one. And 7, 8 in a row, I'm not sure. One of these days, though, he's going to give me slip up and send me the questions instead of you ahead of time, and I'll start winning.
No, we don't send any questions. That's not how we do this game. It is played by the book, even though Ed tries to use his phone, his device, to cheat and look up things. Now, I have to warn you, Dad, the last time Ed played this game, it was against Raymond Weaver, longtime statistician and bookkeeper for Green Run High School, and they were both going back and forth, trading punches, knocking them down, and Ed was perfect in the game. So he's coming off a perfect game, but if you do the odds, he could be due for a bad performance. So we shall see. Question is, are you ready? And Ed, are you ready?
Yes.
I'm ready.
All right, here we go, gentlemen. 1 point per question for the 5 questions that are sports related. It's either fact or fiction. They'll alternate who goes first, and then the bonus question will be worth 2 points. And the bonus question will have to go first by the person in the lead, because if the person in the lead goes second, he or she can always cheat, copy, and that makes the game no fun. So here we go. Since Mike Hatfield is our defending champion like 8, 9 times in a row, he will go first. So are you ready, Mr. Hatfield?
Yes, I am, son.
All right, here we go. First question up. It's going to be NBA Finals related, and we'll show it to you on the screen here. Fact or fiction, Dad? Never before has a number 1 seed won the NBA Finals. Is that a fact or is that fiction?
I'm going to say it's fiction.
All right, he's going to say it is fiction. Ed Young, never before has a number 4 seed won the NBA Finals. Fact or fiction?
I got to agree. I'm pretty sure it's fiction.
Well, I hate to inform you, gentlemen, you're both incorrect. A number 4 seed, which the Indiana Pacers are trying to do, has won the finals before, but you got to go back to 1969 when Bill Russell and the C's beat that Lakers team with Wilt, with Baylor, with Jerry West in 7 games as a number 4 seed. So neither contestant gets a point. We go to question number 2. And Ed Young, you are up.
Hold on. Who won? Who won as a 4th seed?
The Celtics, 1969.
We both said fiction, meaning we knew a 4th seed has won. So we both got it right.
Oh, you did say fiction. Oh, you said fact. Okay.
No, he's right. He's right.
Okay. So 1 point each. Fiction.
See, I'm going to protest already.
No, we're good. We're good. No. You either both.
He's trying to see us both lose.
No, it wouldn't have mattered. It'd been 1-1 or 0-0. It wouldn't have mattered. So thank you for. I confused myself, but thank you for catching that. Very good.
All I say is to Mr. Hatfield, my blessings go to you because now I see what you put up with all these years.
Okay, it's 1-1. I apologize. We're all good. Let's go to question number 2. And Ed Young, you're up first. The Boston Celtics have played the most overtime games in NBA Finals history. Coach Young, is that a fact or is it fiction?
Write it down in stone. Notice.
Okay. He's pretty confident there.
Got my
Dad.
Celtics gear right here.
We'll see if he's right or wrong. Do you think the Celtics have played the most overtime games in NBA Finals history, or do you think it's somebody else?
I'm going to gamble it's somebody else.
Well, that gamble is a really good gamble because since you disagreed, I'm going to make sure I don't mess this up. It is fiction. The Celtics have played 10 overtime games with a 6-4 record in the finals, but the Lakers, first in Minneapolis, then in Los Angeles, 16 of them, 2 of them in Minneapolis, by the way, an 8-8 record. So give a point to DJ Hat and no point for Ed Young. So it's 2-1. Mr. Hatfield's in the lead, and you get to go first here for question number 3. Pops, the last two NFL regular season passing yardage leaders failed to advance in the postseason. Is that a fact or is that fiction?
I'm going to say that's fiction.
It's going to say that is fiction. Ed Young, the last two NFL regular season passing yardage leaders failed to advance in the postseason. Is that a fact, or do you agree with Mike Hatfield that it is fiction?
Ooh, boy.
Remember, if you get this wrong, you go down 2 points. Not insurmountable, but you're playing from behind. We do have a time limit. You can't take like 25 minutes here.
I'm gonna say
the answer's not up there, by the way, when you're looking to. Go ahead.
You said 2. So I'm gonna say that's fiction.
You're gonna say that's fiction. So you concur with him.
Yeah.
Well, you're both wrong. It's a fact. Joe Burrow, 4,819 yards with the Bengals last year. His Cincinnati team missed the playoffs altogether. And Tua Tagovailoa, try spelling it or saying it, 4,624 yards with the Dolphins in 2023. And his team, Miami, was ousted in the first round by eventual Super Bowl champion Kansas City. So our score remains 2-1 as Mike Hatfield will be coming up for the next question as he checks his phone. We'll let him do that for a second and bring him back on here with our fourth question. It is 2-1 as it is Mike Hatfield on top of the coach, Ed Young. You ready, Dad? I know the phone was
Yes, sir.
Ready? Here we go. Question number 4. You're up, or who's up first? Ed's up first. I apologize. Ed, you're up first here. Question number 4. The Los Angeles Dodgers are the last MLB team to win 100 games during the regular season and capture the World Series trophy. Is that a fact, Ed, or is that fiction?
Fact.
You said that's a fact. All right. Ed Young says it's a fact. Dad, the LA Dodgers are the last MLB team to win 100 games during the regular season and capture the World Series trophy. Do you agree with Ed that it's a fact, or do you think it's fiction?
I believe it's fact because it's very recent.
Well, it is very recent they won the World Series. And that's your final answer?
I'm going to have to change it to no, they didn't, because they didn't win the 100 games. They won the World Series. It wasn't a combo.
So you're changing your answer. You're going to go fiction here.
Yes, I am.
Okay. Interesting change. We'll see if this gamble pays off. And I hate to tell you, Ed, his gamble did pay off because it is fiction. The Houston Astros, 106-56 in 2022. The Dodgers won 98 games last year. So just like that, the last second switcheroo becomes 3-1. DJ Hetz in the lead before question number 5. But not out of the woods yet because the 2-point bonus question could shift things up considerably. All right, Mr. Hatfield, speaking of those Houston Astros, they are the last MLB team to win 100 games during the regular season and lose the World Series. Do you think that's a fact or do you think that's fiction? Ed, no cheating over there.
The key here, again, has got to be the 100 games. So, in my opinion, this is a fact.
This is a fact. Okay. Ed Young, Mike Hatfield says the Astros are the last MLB team to win 100 games during the season and lose the Fall Classic. Do you agree with him that it's a fact or do you think it's fiction? Remember, you trail by 2, you lose this question, you lose the game. You get this question, you salvage a tie. You can take the gamble going oppo within a point and steal the game like the Pacers have stole games all postseason long in the NBA. What do you say? He says fact. Your pick here. It's a pivotal one.
Team to win on a game. I'm going to say fact.
You're going to say fact. And just like I did with Mr. Hatfield, is that your final answer?
Final answer.
Final answer. All right. He doesn't do the switcheroo. And it's a good thing he didn't do the switcheroo because you're both right. It is a fact. The Astros in 2019 went 107-55, ended up losing Game 7 of the World Series that year to the Washington Nationals. At home, in fact. And the Nationals had Daniel Hudson, who just won in the Tidewater Baseball Shrine Hall of Fame there. Pretty cool deal at Harbor Park. So you both get a point. It's 4-2, which means, DJ Hat, you cannot lose this game. You will either win or tie. But since you're in the lead 4-2, you have to go first for our very, very crucial 2-point bonus question. Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
All right, 2-point bonus question for Mike Hatfield, nursing a 4-2 lead, like he occasionally nurses those drinks on Father's Day. Oh, not anymore. Here we go. Bonus question, fact or fiction, DJ Hat. The last Game 7 in the NBA playoffs to go to overtime was won by the road team. Is that a fact or is that fiction? The last Game 7 in the NBA playoffs to go to overtime was won by the road team. Is that a fact or is that fiction?
I'm going to have to say fiction.
All right. Ed Young, he says it is fiction. The last Game 7.
I have to go fact and hope it's right, because if I agree with him, I'm out.
Okay, if you agree with him, you're out. That's what you're going with. And do you believe that, or you're just doing it because you have to?
I don't know what, I kind of believe it. I think it just happened.
Okay, you think it just happened. Well, let's see here. The correct answer, 2021, the Milwaukee Bucks beat the Brooklyn Nets 115-111 on their way to a championship. They won that at the Barclays Center. So that means Ed Young did not lose. He got himself another tie, as he is able to make up some ground against Mike Hatfield and avoid an L. So
neither one of us want a tie, so find another question.
We'll have to do the Redux. Part 2 of this will come on a future episode to break the tie. So that's where we are. So it is a Father's Day weekend where Mike Hatfield does not take an L, but Ed Young battles valiantly and hard. And thank goodness for that switcheroo, Pops. Otherwise, you would have taken the L today.
Yes, thank you.
All
Congratulations, Coach.
No,
he congratulated you on a tie. How about
I
that?
don't want a tie. No disrespect to DJ Hat. I'd rather lose than tie.
I know.
Wow. Well, then you should have.
This ain't the NHL, is it?
You should have
This is
agreed
not
with
the
that. You would've let him
NHL.
win.
Right. This is not the NHL where those wussies have ties. It's the only sport we have ties.
The NHL doesn't have ties anymore. Not in the playoffs.
Don't they?
Soccer has ties.
I'm saying regular season playoffs, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. The fact that they exist.
You don't play 80 hours of ball and then end up with a tie and go home. No, somebody got to win. Somebody got to lose. That's life.
So we both get participation trophies, right?
Yeah, see that? Yeah, that's like, no wonder we have the problems in the world. Every kid gets a trophy.
Well, we'll break the tie. We'll break the tie. Maybe we'll come up with a 3-point extravaganza question. Maybe for my birthday come August when it's getting ready for football season. We'll figure that out. But we will break this tie.
Right.
Not worry.
Do it 4th of July. Patriotic.
We could do that. That's not a bad idea. We'll break the tie and let the audience see what they think about this. But we thank you for playing and appreciate your support as always, and enjoy Father's Day.
Thank you again.
All right.
Yeah, DJ Hat, make sure you have a great Father's Day. Make sure the son takes the dad out and spends some buckaroos, and not
he always does.
Pay the tip and whatever else.
He always does.
He's good for that. The check comes, he's in the doggone restroom for an hour and a half. So no, don't do that.
I drink so much water. We're going to close out this edition. We thank you all for tuning in on Cova Sports TV, all across YouTube, our social media channels with Facebook, Twitter, X, and those that have been watching Hour 1 on Cox Communications and Your View. For the coach, Ed Young, and DJ Hat, I'm Matthew Hatfield saying so long, everyone, and have a great Father's Day weekend, and we'll talk to you next time here on 757 Sports Talk.